Hi there, it's Susan Riley. This video today, I'm not going to be teaching you one of my methods, but I'm going to be giving you an insight into the way that I work with my pupils, my students, my fans. This video is a response to one that I received earlier in the week from Performing Matt. And it's not... how do I put this? I don't normally like to put my feedback, my private feedback, onto YouTube because it's sometimes humiliating for the person in question. But with this video by Performing Matt, who I'm going to call you Matthew, because tip number one, and I'm not sure if I may have gone over this in one of my previous videos, but stage name. First of all, that is the most... it's important. It's like, it's your brand. It's everything. If casting directors are sitting there, they're thinking, "Oh, we're going to get in." They're not going to be like Performing Matt. That wouldn't happen. So, Matthew, may I suggest first and foremost that you pick a name that's appropriate and name your YouTube account, whatever that name is, and keep it simple, memorable. Back to the feedback of the actual video. Now, Matthew has come to me with a Shakespeare monologue that he's preparing for drama schools, and the reason that I'm sharing my feedback with the world is because Matthew has demonstrated a lot of the tendencies for amateur actors looking to go into the profession, and I think it would be a really useful thing for me to show people what these things are. Now, I've got some notes. I'm going to keep it quite brief. So, Matthew, firstly, your choice of speech, Hamlet. "Oh, that this too sullied flesh would melt, thaw, and resolve itself into a dew." There was a couple of problems. Firstly, when you're an actor, you really have to think about casting. And I have said before that if you have a regional accent, Shakespeare really isn't for you. You might want to look into doing something more like a pantomime or a soap. But if you do have to do Shakespeare, which I know you do to get into drama school, then might I suggest that you go for another character that's perhaps less mainstream? Perhaps Richard III, who has a disability, and I just think that sometimes regional accents are best supported when playing characters that are unusual, out of the ordinary, deformed. But that's a personal choice. He's a great character. I would really recommend looking into him. In fact, that's one of the reasons it's taken me so long to reply to your video, was that I actually couldn't understand a lot of what you were saying. Alright? So it's very, very important that when you go to your auditions at the drama schools you've discussed with me, which I will get onto in a moment, that you use your posh, or I like to call it standard speech, when you're talking to your auditioners. Alright? For example, there were words... the word due sounded like duel to me, and it can't resolve itself into a duel because that's a whole other speech. So just really focus in on every single word, making sure that you really pronounce the words. And that's another note for you, is I'm not quite sure your intensity was there with the whole thing. I mean, it was a little stilted in places. And while I liked the use of some dramatic pauses, I did feel like you could have upped the stakes. And if you do need to refer back to my Shakespeare video and my performance of Rosalind in As You Like It to see that sort of perfect level of intensity, then you should do that, okay? And just take that into your speech and it will give it a lot more life, okay? My other notes... Yeah, up the intensity. Particularly on words like God. God, believe in him or not, is an important figure for most characters in Shakespeare, and I don't think Hamlet would just refer to him as God. He would have a lot more importance, so really focus in on that. I think it would also be really good for you to engage a little bit more in the given circumstances of your character. Now, this can be, where's he come from? Where's he going? What did he have for breakfast? Has he gone to the toilet? Where's he going? What's he doing? What kind of mood is he in? Who's he just been talking to? Think about those things and see how that affects you. I'm sure that in this speech he's been having some sort of conflict with someone. Look into that and really invest in that, because that will really help you to bring the speech to life. Now, about these drama schools that you're auditioning for. Someone with your accent is going to struggle at auditions for RADA, Guildhall, Lambda, Central, Guildhall. Did I say Guildhall? I think there are other drama schools that you should consider, perhaps above those other ones, such as Manchester Met or LIPA in Liverpool, that are slightly more welcoming to people with northern accents. I mean, you could try Oxford School of Drama. I know that they sometimes like to take the more rustic types. But no, if you're going for one of the big dogs, you've got to do something about your accent. And good luck to you, Matthew. I hope this is helpful. And I'd really like to see you progress. And if you've got contemporary monologues, you can come to me with those as well, because I have worked in contemporary theatre as well as Shakespeare for many years. So thanks for watching. All right.